You are tuning into the Goldylocks Productions presentation of the Spiritual Insight Show with Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spiritual Insight Show. I'm Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, and I'm very excited to be here with each and every one of you on this beautiful Sunday evening, May 5th. Oh, happy, what is it? It's Cinco de Mayo. So, yay! But thank you, everyone, for tuning in and for sitting in Sacred Circle with myself and with each and every one of us. And all of our angels and guides, intergalactic council, all those for our highest and greatest are also with us. So thank you, everyone. It doesn't matter if you're watching this live or listening to it in the archives. This space has been reserved for you. If you have been drawn to listen to this, then it's right for you. So yay, welcome to the Sacred Circle. And we're really grateful for you to join us this 1 hour of we call cosmic heart healing, and we've got some divine channels, some messages. So thank you, everyone. And hello, Sarah and Anthony and Godson Austin. Woohoo! So love you all so much. Thank you for joining in. Yes. And so we just let everyone come in for just a few moments, give everyone an opportunity to join the Sacred Circle. And so, oh, hello, Chris. Yes, I love that. Happy Sunday to my Sacred Circle family. I'm going to read them too for those that are listening live on Spreaker Radio. We welcome the live radio listeners as well. So thank you so much for those tuning in there. And let's say, Teresa, hello, welcome. Wonderful. All right, so let's take care of some business first, or marketing, or whatever. Hello, Wendy. How are you, dear? Yay. All right, so my website, for those of you who may not know, is whitesagewoman.com. That's Sage, S-A-G-E, whitesagewoman.com. Please feel free to please just share the live show, share the archive show, share it with friends, family, anyone that you think would benefit from this. I greatly appreciate that. Excuse me. And also, too, let's see. We do have a YouTube page. I went blank. Woo! Hello, Linda. Welcome to the show. Hello, Linda. We do have a YouTube channel. If you just Google Goldylocks Productions, I do believe I have that link. I can get that really quick, too. If you just, it's Goldylocks Productions. And again, Goldylocks with a Y for the YouTube channel. Easy to find. And just subscribe to the YouTube channel. And this is where everything is uploaded. And this is everything that, it's everything that's uploaded, the shows. So in case you ever do miss a show, go either here and look under videos on the Goldylocks Productions Facebook page. You can see it in videos, or you could go to the YouTube channel. You go to the YouTube channel, then please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also click the little bell to get notifications every time a new video is uploaded. Okay, so, and we also share all the radio shows there as well. So it's a great opportunity for you to stay in touch with all of the shows that Goldylocks Productions produces. And for those listening on radio, it's Goldylocks with a Y, GOLDYLOCKS Productions. And so I think the link here on the, there we go, it got it. All right, so very good, very good. All right, so hello, Angel, welcome, dear, thank you. Thank you. Okay, Linda asked a question. Any insight on indigo children? Well, there's so many different names for them. We're actually considered children of the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I mean, we were the first wave of these children, and there's so many different names for them. And the kids coming in now are like the crystal, the golden children. They are such high vibrational. But those that came in, and it seems like every up until really 2012, up into after 2012, after the cosmic moment of 2012, the kids coming in now are much higher vibrational energy. All right. So each generation since, and I can't even say really the 60s, because there's been some really high vibrational people that come in way ahead of their time to kind of help us all out and light the way. But as far as like in big masses and in big numbers, yes, this is why I'm giving these dates, is we're coming in more and more and more. And so it's just any insight is, I did talk about this in my Activate Your Avatar course, into detail about what to do. And it's basically very, very simple, is let them be who they're meant to be. You cannot suppress, you treat them the way that maybe we were treated or our parents were treated. And it's just, they didn't come in here to be treated this way. They didn't come on this earth plane to be treated the same old way. All right. And we just have to be respectful. We're guardians. You understand? We're guardians of the children, whether they're ours, our own children, our grandchildren, those children that we mentor, and just even in your own community. All right. We're not here to judge anyone or, oh my goodness, is that child be taken care of, this, that, and the other. It's let's lead by example. Just send these kids, if they're not yours, love and light, and they understand and respond and respect that. Give them a smile, be gentle to them, but let them be who they are. And the parents that these kids are coming into are the children are powerful teachers, and to the parents, to everyone. All right. And so what we can't treat them like they're our property. We can't treat them. We shouldn't be doing this at all anyway. Project our likes and dislikes, and I didn't accomplish this, so I want you to accomplish this. Or I try to be very careful when I tell my own sons I'm proud of you, because there's no expectations with this. I just want them to be happy. And, so it's even when I homeschooled them from preschool all the way to high school graduation, and it was up to you guys, it was up to them if they wanted to go to college or not. It's where do you feel like you need to go and you need to do, and they're doing that. They're following their own natural rhythm, and that's what we've got to do. Not, I'd like to see you do this, or I'd like to see you do that, because I want to help set you up for a successful future. Well, their idea of success is going to be different than yours, so that's why we got to be very careful. Don't try to impose your belief system on them. I mean, be very forceful about it. And, that's destructive too. So it's just, let them exactly be who they are. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. And so there you go. Late 80s, Linda. Okay. So after 87 was the harmonic convergence of 1987. So after 1987, a lot more high vibrational children came in as well from 87. And my sons fall in that area too after the harmonic convergence of 1987. And then a lot of people were really shaken, woken up. This is a mass amount of people taking their blindfolds off and waking up. And more kids coming in that are highly advanced. And then after the cosmic moment of 2012, and then just from now on, they're just going to be these very high vibrational beings, those who never wanted to come to Earth before, but we are moving into a much better, peaceful times. Really, it is where we're already there, right? So the wheels already started is what I mean. The wheel's already in motion. It's already happening towards peace. Even remember, with every birth and rebirth, there's a death. So things still have to, I'm not saying dying off, but if people don't want to ascend, that's their choice. They have to, a lot of people are still waking up. So it's that final rush of people waking up. All right. So yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And, as long as your granddaughter knows, and I know she does, okay, most people don't understand those children. You're right. She knows though that you're in her corner, and that means the world to her. All right. You have to understand that she knows you're in her corner, and that you got her back, and that you're there. So that's really, and we do that for a child or children. It means the world to them. It really does. It gives them that light in the darkness. Okay. They really are wise beyond their years. Absolutely. So we come in with that amnesia, right? We come in with that veil, that amnesia. Well, guess what? The ones coming in more and more now, they don't have that. They remember everything. They remember and they know everything. I mean, in a really wise way, not sarcastically, you know what I mean? So they're not coming in with the veil of amnesia like we do, or like we did, and then have to relearn, who we are and everything. All right. So there you go. Absolutely. We are privileged that we can see in the child's eyes. They are from an enlightened soul. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's so true. The eyes are the window to the soul. That is so, so correct. Just beautiful. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a great reminder too. Don't ever, all of us sitting in the sacred circle, we don't judge people. It's just, there's a difference between judging and observing, and you can observe. And it helps us, the observing helps us to know where to direct the love and light to. Always, always. So yeah, a lot of them do remember. Like I said, the kids will remember, and so that's great. There's the things that they have a hard time with is school, because school is like a mini prison, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm gonna tell you, I felt terrified with school. It was suffocating to me because you put all these kids, different cultures, different belief systems into one place, and then you want them to follow your rules just be not really respectful of who they are as an individual, and try to give them a cookie cutter outline to follow. That's devastating. And so absolutely, well, she shouldn't be frustrated at the world at large. She needs to be reminded to look higher than 3D, because the 3D world as we know it is imploding, because we are ascending into the higher vibrations. So always look up, look at the goal, look at where we're going. All right. And yes, because we still got some things to go through. Natural disasters, we still got some things to work its way out. All right. And so it's not like, I know it's like 2032 is the start of the golden age. But we really won't hit that, hallelujah, here we are. It's like 2050. But 2032 is the beginning of that. Everyone's at that fifth dimension and higher level, and so that takes some time to get used to, I should say. But it's not like it's going to happen like a switch. You just click, and it happens automatically, like right on 2032. We are ascending up to that, and a little more each time. each day and each week, and each we're working towards that and making strides. All right. So it's not like something that's just going to happen really automatically. We wake up and it's going to be like this. It has to be gradual. It really does. You know how we all are learning our lessons. It was when we're ready and gradual, and kind of gradually. Yeah. All right. You can't force energy like that all in one rush. They would be destructive to our physical bodies. And the thing is that these physical bodies are ascending, and this is something that's our physical bodies are going to merge with the light bodies. So when we cross over, we leave the physical body, this earth body, and ascend. This is something that's different. We can still be on this earth plane, but in a much different, higher vibrational way. And it's not like it's kind of hard for our minds to wrap around it, because our minds just don't understand yet. All right. But and for those that, I don't want you to be discouraged with, but I want to go do other things. You still can. We do in our sleep with astral travels and our astral projections. You're just leaving our bodies. And there's so many different terms for it, but we still do work in the astral field, and the esoteric when we're sleeping. So we can do that. We can locate. We can do many different things at the same time, whether it's parallel universes. We could still be able to do that. All right. And so it's not like it's going to be, still stuck on Earth. No. All right. Now, Earth is ascending as well. Okay. So, homeschool, he's so much happier. Yeah, your son, good. Yes, absolutely. And, all right. Yeah. Depression. Here's the reason why a lot of people go into depression. All right. As we're ascending, it brings everything that we've buried up to the surface, and we have to deal with it. We can't push stuff back down anymore. We can't throw our skeletons in the closet. We have to deal with anything right now, immediately. Karma's instant karma, instant balancing. Okay? Instant balancing. Hello, Robin. Hello, dear. Welcome. Yeah, very good. Yes, that's great. Everyone, all children, everyone needs to know about that, because we're not just stuck in our physical bodies, and that our dreams and what we experience when we sleep, and even daydream. I used to do it all the time because I didn't like school. I would daydream. I would take off. La, 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 So anyway, that's, I homeschooled my son, so they didn't have to go through that. I also knew that, all right, I wanted to help them develop their intuitive gifts and be supportive of everything and help them. And I knew that they would have a hard time in school. And unfortunately, school's much harder on boys than they were girls. And so I knew that one would be in trouble all the time, and the other one would be, just a brainiac. But it was just, but bullied because of that. So it's like, no, I'm just going to do this. And I'm glad I did that. It is a big, I don't want to say sacrifice, because I didn't mind it. I think it's an investment. When we invest in our children, grandchildren, just children, the return is beautiful. Okay. So there you go. And that's what we're doing, is just all being very supportive of the children coming in now. So it's just stay in that place of love and light, and that we are guardians of this sacred space that we call Earth, guardians to help Earth in the ascension, to help each other in the ascension. All right. And this is all living beings, including the animal kingdom. I think one of the biggest things, especially domesticated animals, is to humanize them way too much. They are part of the animal kingdom, and they actually were seeded on this earth plane from other planets, from, I don't want to say from other universes and planets, and they are alien beings, so to speak. Well, we all are in a sense. And so we have to treat all living beings with love and respect. We really do. And just be mindful of that and not, again, project ourselves onto the animal kingdom, and just be respectful of them. All right. Let me see. Let me check the comments real quick. Let's see. Are your boys gifted? Yes, they are. My sons are gifted, and then find out. I mean, I always know my husband was very intuitive as well. And to, your partner is with you. After you say that you're intuitive or you do this work, guess what? They understand. Even if they don't understand it, they do subconsciously, and you're helping them too. You help each other grow and develop your gifts and abilities. We'll come to find out later on too that his mother's side, he has there's an aunt. One of his aunts is a psychic in Florida. So it's pretty cool. It is like, oh, there you go. So they got a double dose of it. So that's why I was like, yeah, no. And they need extra attention. They really do. Answer their questions. Take the time to answer. And I know right now there's so many distractions with technology is good to some degree. Don't let it distract you from helping one another, being there and teaching, and just the sharing, that energy exchange. All right. And so yeah. Oh, it was a lot of fun when the boys, I mean, they're older now. They're in their 20s, in their mid 20s and late 20s. But yes, it was very interesting when you have a house full of very intuitive people living together. It's not all roses and daisies and sunflowers, all right? Because you're there to help each other. So you're gonna walk through hell and back together, and there you go. But we have to explore the dark and the light. We explore it all because it's all part of the same thing. All right. So it's not just good. We have to go through together. All right. And it's funny it's okay. So yesterday was our eldest son's birthday on Star Wars Day. So of course they're showing all the Star Wars movies reruns or all the movies, right? And one of the things I've always said a long time ago was that Darth Vader was the most ultimate master. He was much higher than Yoda or any other Jedi master. You may think you're crazy. No, because he's the only one depicted in the whole movie, Star Wars movies, that did this whole 360. He went, when you see the whole story, so now as Anakin is a young boy, he was ripped from his mother. He didn't want to leave his mother at an early age. So who held him? Who hugged him? Who said, I love you? He was raised by a bunch of men. Jedi Knights, roll the eyeballs. Anyway, and so then he goes to the dark side. He's exploring the dark side. He's not resisting because it's wrong. He went to the dark side and he came back. He came back into the light. So that makes him more powerful because now he has all this information, all this wisdom, all this knowledge that he gained. Whereas if you avoid the dark because it's bad, and then you get that separation. There's that conflict. And so I know we make a joke about it and to talk about it, but it's just a concept. It's fun to just think about this, think about that. And I thought a long time ago there was something wrong with Yoda as a teacher. Anyway, that's my spin on it. Okay, so thank you. Yeah, right. Making me laugh about Darth Vader. Well, absolutely. And so, we all do that. We all have to go through that. That's part of it. It's not being stuck and just working in the dark. It's knowing when to apply the light. It's all about balance. That's what it is. It's all about being balanced. And that's the whole oneness. And just think about the yin and yang symbol. All right, there's dark, there's light, and it's not dark or light. It's together. It's all part of the one. But you have to explore. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to. Why we were giving these aspects of ourselves if we were to avoid them? That's my whole. I questioned this a long time ago. So. Anyway, hello, Anthony Rodriguez. Happy Sunday. Mr. Walking Crow. Yes. Okay, let me see, Angel. Let's see this. Okay, so couldn't it be, though, that another person who does not have to endure those traumas and experience could still observe and be very much understanding to exactly? Yes, they could be just by observing. We learn from observing. But if you notice, like in the whole Star Wars, the Jedi Knights, it was just forbidden. But why can't you sit back and learn exactly and observe? But there wasn't that. You absolutely do. This is our ascended light beings and helpers, the angels, intergalactic council, all these high vibrational energy beings that are coming here to help us. Or we've met them halfway. All right. So that was the whole thing. They couldn't interfere to some degree, but we've risen, and they're here to help us. But they have observed. This is how they learn too. The spirit that walks through. That's why you always have to have those sacred space, protect your sacred space. And I don't mind. I can tell when spirit comes through. They're just learning by observing, and they're walking through. They're going. There's many beings who prior to 2012 didn't want to come on this earth plane, didn't want to experience. They would just watch. They would observe and learn from us. But they would. You know what they lacked, though, if they don't come in, they never come in. What they do lack is that compassion or that empathy. They really don't understand until they actually come into the physical body. Then they can have that understanding. All right. So, kisses to you too, Anthony. That's sweet. We missed Anthony Rodriguez's show, Walking Crow. I missed his show. All right, so let me see what Robin has to say. My granddaughter is not like me. She's only 6. I encourage her to understand her abilities. I went through hell growing up. I astral traveled, had sleep paralysis, exploding head syndrome. Yeah. Plus, I am very sensitive medium. I saw good and very bad spirits. I grew up with a lot of depression. I do not want granddaughter to go through the same junk. But you want to know something? She watched you. She observed you from the other side before she even came in. And she gained a lot of wisdom already from you. And she wanted to come into that family, into your family. All right? And she's 6 years old. So there's going to be a lot that she's going to teach you as well. But we've got to be careful with, even that we don't want what we experienced for our kids. Be very careful that doesn't dictate, so to speak, or how you treat them or what you say. And that's all. Is just be respectful for them and how they're growing up too. Everyone. And I'm not saying that you would do that, You know, so we always just want to maintain that balance. Okay, so for someone that grows up but then doesn't have a whole lot of money, what do we do with our kids? Then we kind of we spoil them and go overboard, and then we have to wait a minute. We're going from one extreme to another. Let me pull back a little bit, find the balance, and let that help them with finding the balance. That's all it means, is just let's find that balance, right? So right, Chris. Yeah, those that don't, that's what I'm talking about, the emotions. They don't understand. They kind of lack that. Because if we get too emotional, guess what? We're going into the dark side, so to speak. That's, you know, if we get too emotional, we throw the scales off balance, and that's what they don't understand. That's all. It's okay. So, does not think of it that way. She does reach me. Yeah, absolutely. Mind teaching me for sure. Yes. All right. You're welcome, Robin. Absolutely. So just know that she's learned a lot and wanted to come in and continue to our children and even our grandchildren. Hold on just one moment. I guess I'm still here. Okay. Just let me make sure everything's good here. It didn't go blank. Kind of little glitches here. Let me make sure. Let me check something. All right. You still see me on Facebook? All right. Sometimes it happens in the studios. Let me just see something here. Okay. I guess we're fine. I'll just keep going. Let me know if you can't see me anymore. A little glitchy. Okay. It's all good. We'll just keep going. So, okay. So it's just keeping everything in balance. That's what it is. And okay, great. Thank you, Sarah. Still seeing me. So I like to think of our emotions as that guard to our heart, our sacred heart center, and that our emotions must be in balance. That's the key to that cosmic heart center, right in the center of our chest, a cosmic heart that connects us to our divine knowing, this is what we call go within. It's our deep within. It's connecting with the divine cosmic heart, that cosmic consciousness, right? And so our emotions are the guard, or is that lock. What is the key is going to that sacred heart center balanced. And as soon as you're balanced, click, then you're in. And this is the whole point of meditation, is to balance, center yourself to get in. Does that make sense? So there you go. There it is. Try to simplify it as much as possible. I always ask the angels and the guides and I don't like a lot of, do we have to have a lot of words? Do we have to have a lot of talking? As much as possible, let's try to get the thoughts, the words, everything across without losing anyone. Let's make it as simple as possible, that we can get right to it and we can understand. And so that is what I always ask for. It's like, let's just get to it. So, but that also will help us too with telepathy. Picture in your mind what you want to send. So I look forward to being able to communicate with everyone like that. I do with animals. It's kind of easier with your domesticated, with your pets, but you can with wildlife. Just send pictures. You've got to keep it simple. And then and if you're a mother, even your grandparents can have this telepathy with a child, because a lot of children do this naturally until about 8, or if it's not supported, to strengthen and use that telepathy it will go away from 8 to 10 years old. All right, when their morals are set. So support that, understand that, okay? And I still, with my oldest son, he's maintained that. When he comes over, I mean, I can, if I need him, I'm in the kitchen, hey, can you come in here? I mean, I just think, and he comes over. And it doesn't have to be in the same house, in the same space. It's, I just think something that's like, you know what? I'm going to send him a text. I want to ask him something. And you know what? He ends up answering it within the hour anyway. All right. So we do keep and honor that connection. It just goes to show that we are all truly connected. And so telepathy starts with just send pictures, like to the dogs, or to your cats, or when you're training them, and just I send that to them a lot, the pictures. We go outside and I want you to go to the bathroom. What does the dog look like when it's going to the bathroom? Send that picture. Because when you're done, you get a TREAT, and you know what that is and what it looks like. So that kind of thing, and you keep it simple. And then as they get used to that, then, that strengthens. It really does. Okay? So anyway, let me go back and check. Having issues with balance and being religious and knowing what I am, trying to, oh yeah. You know what though, Linda, there's nothing wrong with having a religious platform. You got to have some sort of belief system. I grew up in a very strict Christian household. I have a religious belief platform, so to speak. Okay. That foundation has been laid. Now, we can build upon that our own way we want to build. We can build on our foundation any way we want to. There's some very beautiful teachings in religions, and as long as we're not taking it literally, and we can take what we can use, leave the rest, and build on our religious or our belief platform or our foundation, we can build our own spiritual home, our spiritual temple. All right. And so we all come from different belief systems, different foundations, but we can build from that. Balance is making sure that the structure will be sound if it's your building, not someone else's building it. And that's why we got to be careful with the belief is it somebody else supplying you these supplies and building? Because then you get to the point of, I don't even know who I am. You go out and look at your temple, your foundation, and go, I don't even know who you are, because it's not your words. It's not that's echoing in your head. It's someone else's. It could be your family. It could be anyone else's. That goes to show you that building, all right, is not your design. So you can change that. You can change that recording and visually, okay, so here's my foundation of who I am. I'm going to build right beside, you don't knock down, not yet. You're going to build right beside on this foundation who you really are. And guess what? As you are building and increasing this, the other just falls apart and disappears. You don't ever want to take down before you rebuild, because then you would really feel lost. All right. So just trying to give you some visualizations here. Robin. Oh yes. Chakra dance, drumming, singing ball. I know we all miss Anthony Rodriguez. Thank you, Robin. So Anthony, I hope you're still watching. Hey, Walking Crow. He's just such a busy man. All right. So it's exactly. Always just take what resonates with you, and know thyself is ancient wisdom. It's been handed down. Is to know thyself, know who you are, and honor that. And I'm not saying it to be disrespectful. Let me give you some examples here. I mean, we all have them. I love my mother dearly. she's a great inspiration for me. I watched her as a child activate her cancer, and you heard that right. Because I've always seen energy, I saw her activate herself, activate it. Anyway, the thing is that when a child experiences everything and understands everything that's going on, and the parents or the adults around them, it does cause confusion, because you see what's happening, and then you take the responsibility as a healer. I still remember everything how I felt, and as a healer, and I was when she activated it was between 6 and 8 years old. It's between 6 and 8. I remember everything from 4, maybe some a little, but very clearly, and the feelings and everything. And it's so you always want to make someone happy, and she was an only child. She was adopted, so she had this. She didn't know who she was. Search, and I knew that. Okay, that's fine. So I come to school, get to school age, and it was everything I found that. So elementary school, like 6th grade, she put me in band, but I wanted to be in chorus. I loved to sing. I would sing in church. I was in the church choir. I loved singing. And wanted to be in the chorus in school. And she put me in the band to play clarinet like she did. I didn't want to play clarinet. I did it just to, I think there's a little competition within myself, prove to myself that I can do it. It's a challenge. I'm going to do it. So sure, I learned how to play the clarinet. And then looking at the rest of the band, is like, oh, you know what? I want the drums. I really resonate with drums. I want the drumming. No. Girls don't play the drums in those days. No, it's for the guys. Okay, fine, whatever. Anyway, so then she wanted me to go into orchestra, and it was in the junior high school. Okay, so I got into orchestra. I went to all city band like 2-3 years in a row. I taught myself how to play bassoon. They needed a bassoon player. It was so unusual to have a bassoon player. I taught myself how to play it. And so I met all these challenges. But you know what happens? Once the challenges were all met and I came on the other side of that, I felt like I wasted time because I didn't do what I truly wanted to do. I was living out someone else's dream, and I stopped. I put a halt to it. Come high school, come 9th grade, I was like, no, I'm not doing any of this anymore. No. I've got to right here, right now, find out who I am and go on this. And of course, then, that for the females, your puberty hits and it's like, woohoo! Yeah, I feel like a train wreck now. But anyway, right, I wanted to appease my mother, and what happened is I lost myself. But kind of, sort of, it was fun with the challenges. I met those challenges, but then I felt like it was wasted time if I just didn't stand up to her. And so then I did stand up to her. But every time I tried to stand up, it was knocking heads. It was bam, 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 bam. And I was like, oh, I can't deal with the conflict and the headbutting. I can't, I really didn't like it. And when someone pushes back and is yelling, and that just stirred up a lot of anger within me. And so I had to work through all of that, and I did. But the thing is that I was very careful not to do that with my sons. I learned not to project what I want them to do. I want them to play sports. No, let them do what they want to do, And, right, when you serve others before yourself, you've got to recheck, reflect, and respond. I love that, Angel. Absolutely, you do. And I'm glad I caught myself, but it was that turmoil teenagers. And I think a lot of teenagers do that. They catch themselves, and then they come across as being misunderstood in society, right? And so, oh, wow, there you go. Chris, I was 24, could stand up to my mother. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And so we don't want that for our kids and for our grandmothers, right? Or for our grandchildren, right? Yes, my mom said that's so weird. She was adopted and grew up only yes. Yeah. Yeah. And she was starved for, my mother was too. Yes, Robin, exactly. I can totally relate to that. My mother was too. And what, how my mother and biological father went through a divorce, a separation and a divorce when I was 4. So it was, I just, remember that time frame on her end. She was crying. She was upset. She was, yeah. So I totally understand. And it was just like, I didn't want to do that to my own children. And we do catch ourselves. We can catch ourselves, and it's, because I caught myself doing that. I had both my sons, I mean, they were only 15 months apart, very fast. And I was in my mid-20s when I had them. And it was, my husband was active duty military. And I felt like a single parent sometimes. And I did find myself trying to overcompensate for dad not being here. But then I corrected that. It's like, stop. And just let them be who they are. They're fine. They know, who daddy is. And we're all waiting for him to come home. And anyway, so it was just a lot of things that I had to help them with knowing themselves as I was rebalancing myself. And I know it can seem like, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm telling you right now, every parent has felt that I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And it's okay. It's okay. So Linda, do I have a good relationship with my mother now? My mother crossed over in 1990. I was 24 and pregnant with the eldest child, with the first grandchild. The last 2 years of her life, we had a very good relationship because I moved out of the house. I moved out of the house, and when you're not in each other's face all the time, and that happens. You just sometimes need to put space. Once I moved out, we worked on rebuilding our relationship and respecting each other for who we are individually. Okay? And I'm so glad that we did that we had that chance and that opportunity together. And because the last 6 months of her life was hard. She had cancer 3 times. And that third time that it came back, it went into the bones. So then her mind started to go. And so it was just, it was good that we did have that time together. And the thing, though, too, is grieving. It took me a long time to grieve over my mother because I had to be very careful. I was pregnant, and then life was coming at me hard and fast. And I just had to keep myself afloat. And I did not properly grieve for my mother till years later. Even my husband was concerned. He was like, you're not, are you okay? And I'm like, well, yeah. So here we have Mother's Day next Sunday. All right. And so my first Mother's Day as a mother was my first Mother's Day without my mother. But I didn't think about it that way. Because here I am, a new mom. And then it was as the second child came in, and then as I had these 2 small sons, and it was just, then you really start to, then I was missing that. She's the only child. I didn't have any aunts or nothing. I didn't have that female help. I didn't have anyone to help me. It was just on me with the kids. And that's when I had to be careful. What delayed the grieving was the anger of, oh, I wish you were here. and just to help me a little bit. And so it was frustrating, and I had to work through all that. All right. But if you don't grieve, you delay the grieving, it comes in so many different, and it went through waves of anger to sadness to sorrow to finally I got through it. And another thing that was frustrating is that I always talk to spirit, but not my mother. It took me 17 years before I could communicate with her. 17 years. Because that's how long it took for me to properly grieve her and realize that, you know what? She's just in a different energetic field, but we're still together. We're still together. And she comes around a lot. She's huge, huge inspiration to me. And she comes around a lot. And we have great conversations. And yes, you do miss the physical hugs of our loved ones, but that energy exchange is very powerful. And so I communicate with a lot of the family members that's crossed over, and it is very, very beautiful. And it's like, yes, we're never alone. But the thing is that when you don't allow yourself to grieve, you put yourself in a really dark room or in a dark corner. You don't see the light. You're off balance. So it's okay to grieve, but work through that and get yourself back to that balanced state, back into some sort of light. Get yourself back there. We're only meant to grieve temporarily. We're not meant to reside there. Set up a zip code, get your mail there. We're not meant to live there because that's totally against our divine design. Okay. Is that normal with no contact? Yes, it is. I have found too that people that you want it so bad, you block yourself. And that's part of the grieving too, is it's like, if I'm not dealing with my emotions the right way, my emotions weren't balanced, I wasn't in that balanced state to look properly. Remember, balance is the key to get to the sacred heart, to even communicate, open up that intuition. I was not balanced at all. All right. And so it is very normal. I have a lot of people that come to me and go, I haven't heard from, ironically, it's usually mothers. I haven't heard from my mother in a long time. My dad crossed over and he's here, Yeah, I know. So it's just something we have to go through. All right. But I do have good memories of my mother, and I concentrate, if I feel myself go back to that place of, oh, this was hard. But you know what, though? I got through it. I am who I am right here, right now, because of my past, which is in the past. And I'm right here, right now, this new person. And I respect and honor all my experiences. And I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm not going to let it disable me. I'm not going to let it paralyze me. I'm going to keep moving forward. All right. And exactly. Yeah, Angel, you want to communicate with your loved ones so bad. And when you stop, it happens. When you stop trying so hard. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing. You hear people like, oh, I want to get pregnant. And they try so hard. And it's like you're focusing all your energy on this that you're missing maybe any other intuitive signs of, any messages, because you're so focused on, this is what I want. This is what I want. And it's the same type of thing. We have to ease up, take a deep breath, and just allow it to happen. That's finding that center, finding that balance. And then the insight comes in. Then the messages comes in. All right. So there you go. That's exactly, I always think the key to everything is just right now with this ascension is staying balanced, especially as we are ascending old, and remember, and I've said this before, but for those of you who maybe didn't hear that, Mother Earth, Lady Gaia, is a living being. She's ascending. So any stuff that she has buried in her soils, let's see, battles, blood, bad energy, from what happened on the earth plane, is coming up to the surface. Now, all us intuitives and empaths, we're going to feel that. We know it's not ours, but we feel that too. And we have to help her just offload, get rid of it. If we feel it, offload, get rid of it. Let it go. Release, resolve. Just okay? And it will be taken care of. But that's what we're all doing. We're all bringing up our stuff to take care of. As far as how do we take care of it? Send love and light. Thank you for that. You're not for my highest and greatest anymore. I'm going to release you and let it go. And that's huge. We've got to just release what's not for our highest and greatest. Let it all go. Okay? All right. So, as you're talking about tomorrow, I hear 2 messages. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I love that. Okay, thanks, dear. I look forward to that. Thank you. So, but so that I hope that helps you and helps everyone, that we are all in this together. Healing is a community, a sacred circle of healers. It's okay. It's something that we're not supposed to ever do alone. We have to do this together. And just remember that, like I said, with the earth, a lot of us are very connected with nature, with the elements, and with the animal kingdom, and with everything. And everyone's releasing. So don't get caught up in that release, in the exhaust. Thank you. In the exhaust, the blowout. Let it all go, right? So absolutely, we're meant to be here. And you know what? I really believe, because it's 2032 is not far away. All of us who are sitting in this sacred circle, our past lives, a lot of us, maybe we were put to death, we were tortured, we were condemned, for our beliefs, for opening our mouths, for standing up for justice, for standing up and working towards peace coming back on this earth plane. And guess what? We're here, right now, as a yay! We get to celebrate. We've worked so hard. Why not be at the celebration, right? So it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful that we're all here together to experience this. Okay. The blowout. All right. I pulled a card for us, the hedgehog, and it's be a magnet for light, love, and joy. I think there's just a lot of energy. Woo! Okay. Hedgehog. And it's Archangel Gabrielle. Gabrielle comes through too. So Archangel Gabrielle, healing, and the hedgehog, be a magnet for light, love, and joy. And we'll end on that note, because I think there's a lot of energy going through. Woo! All right. Right at the end, lost the message. That's beautiful. You just got to roll with it. Laugh. A lot of energy. I think we're releasing a lot, aren't we? All right. Thank you all so much for sitting in Sacred Circle with me. Now, there will not be a show next Sunday, because that's Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, the divine aspect, feminine aspect in everyone. It doesn't matter if you have children, grandchildren, or not. Plant a garden, plant something, pot a plant, give to Mother Earth, to Lady Gaia. Do something for her. I always do something for them. One Mother's Day, I told my sons, help me make a garden, a little garden, a tribute to the Divine Mother, to Lady Gaia, to the earth, and also to Mother Mary. We have a Mother Mary statue there. And so you can do things like that. Absolutely. My dog seconds that. All right. So may all of you have a very happy Mother's Day next Sunday, and we will sit into Sacred Circle again anytime you want to astrally. But right here, right now, we will come back together on the 17th. Then 17th. Oh, now my ears are going. Okay, so May 17th. I love each and every one of you. I believe in each and every one of you. Keep shining brightly. Stay in that balanced, sacred, cosmic heart energy, and many blessings to each of you. Good night.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.